Hello everyone. Last week I had done the driveshaft support bearing on this Mercedes ML500 right here. And I figured while I was doing the driveshaft support bearings, I would do the U-joints. And today I'm going to teach you what to do and pay attention to details. But above all, also take your time, especially if you're not familiar with the task. And make sure you do it right. Now, what happens in the attempt to also learn a lot about vibrations, and we'll get into that. In the attempt to remove a vibration that it's of the same frequency of the tire's spinning rotation, as I mentioned to you earlier, when I replaced the U-joints, I ended up inducing a higher frequency vibration. And the reason I know it's the U-joints because it wasn't there up until I replaced the driveshaft support bearing and the U-joints. But unlike the vibration when I was driving along, which is at the same frequency of the tire rotation, which tells me it's past the differential and it's from the differential to the wheel. Turns out, after speaking to a buddy of mine as a mechanic, he said it could possibly your shocks that are original on his car, and the tires have hardened, and as a matter of fact, the wear pattern on the tire indicates that, and we'll get into that at another time. I ended up inducing, like I was saying, a much higher frequency of vibration because the driveshaft spins much faster than the driveline from the differential to the wheels. And this one was especially prominent between 25 and 40 miles an hour, where you could feel it in the whole car, and it would be, and then once you pass 40, the frequency would be so high. And no longer, you didn't feel the vibration any longer, but the U-joint started singing. That's the kind of thing that I would hear. So I took the driveshaft out already, and I'm going to show you what happened here. First things first, when you remove the driveshaft from a car, make sure that you mark which part goes where. You'll notice that I put a piece of tape here, which mates with the driveshaft, that it's in the front, past the driveshaft support bearing. And the reason for that is because, as it says here, let's turn around and I'll show it to you. It says that this is a system balanced driveshaft where the mating components are balanced together. So that being said, it's the reason why these are taped, so that when this goes back together, I'm going to put this aligned with this, and this aligned with the forward driveshaft that it's in the car. I left it in the car. Now, let's take a look at this. I'm going to show it to you. See if you can see it. You see how this is not exactly aligned. This is narrower gap than this one here. Also, when you go ahead and play the U-joint around a little bit here, this is brand new. It's only a week old. This thing first of all, it's stiff. But then it's notchy right about, I can't quite hear, it was right about here, it's notchy. And what that tells me, that when I press this thing back together at my buddy's house that had a press, again, didn't pay attention to detail, didn't pre-grease the cups inside to make sure that the needle bearings would not fall. Unlike this one here, this one is super buttery, smooth, and it's fine. Nevertheless, because I am replacing this one, which, by the way, guys, I bought them at the AutoZone, and these are the original Spicer manufactured U-joints that come with the Spicer driveshaft. That's why I ended up going with the Spicer U-joints. And like I said, I didn't put any grease in the cups before I assembled this thing together to make sure that the needle bearings didn't fall out. Thankfully, AutoZone replaces these. They're under warranty. It's a limited warranty, so I'm going to take them off. And what I'll do is I'll replace them both while I'm at it. But unlike the last time that I used the sockets and a vise, this time I'm going to use a tool that is specifically designed for ball joints and U-joints. And I'm going to clamp this baby, and hopefully with this tripod right here, I'm going to be able to show you guys how to do this. This one here you can pick up at Harbor Freight. It's a Maddox tool, and it's a beefy thing, and it's pretty stout. So hopefully, you know, Harbor Freight doesn't exactly carry the best of reputation, but hopefully this tool will not fall apart on us. That being said, guys, let's go ahead and get started with taking this apart, and I'll show you how the job is done. All right, guys, so the first thing we're gonna do, as I mentioned earlier, we are going to take these clips off. First of all, like I said, mark the drive shaft first. Now we're gonna take these clips off. And being that I just literally did this last week, they should come apart easily. How you doing? So we're gonna take these clips off. Kind of put your hand around it so that they don't just fall out. And now we're gonna hook up the magic tool here. Let's see if you can see it. All right, we are in position. Stand by. Let me get a ratchet. We got ourselves a beefy ratchet, and let's stand up. There you go, guys. It's moving. Looking forward to see what this looks like, because I know this one is the one that's the feeling failed. All right, it's out. All right, so we loosen up the clamp. We take off the, there you go, guys. This one looks, I can't say any of the needle bearings have fallen out on this side. Well, let's take a look at the other one. And as we, this one looks good. This one here also looks good, but for some reason it was a, let's see what's going on here. Wondering if it wasn't because it was properly aligned that then this thing was not working. Now that notchiness is no longer there. However, I don't trust it, so we will replace these U-joints regardless. But what we're gonna do this time is we will actually pack these U-joints with grease in them, so that try to do a better job at it. All right, guys, let's go ahead and set up to remove the back one. Stand by. You know, guys, I got to tell you, the more I play with the CU joint, the more I don't feel anything in it. There is no anything in it. There is no damage on the actual shafts. There's no damage at all. And all the needle bearings are present. So I'm speculating that the reason why this vibration was taking place, as I mentioned earlier, is because this U-joint was not properly aligned. It was not properly aligned, guys. So learn from my mistakes for your own sake, so that you don't do what I did. Yeah, the knees are fine, and even the actual shafts, they're mint. However, because I don't trust it, like I said, I'm gonna replace this. because AutoZone will replace them. So I'm going to take the other one out as well, and it's right in front of us. What the hell is this? Let's go here. Yep, this might have, I just might have rubbed something out here. A little washer came out, guys. Be careful of that. Yeah, it's at the bottom of the U-joints. Yeah, this one doesn't have it. It fell out. Here it is right here. Well, guys, that's an interesting turning event. I think I just figured out why this U-joint wasn't aligned in the first place. As you guys noticed in this last section of the video, as I was cleaning the shaft and inspecting the needle bearings on the inside, a plastic insert, a Teflon plastic insert, I don't know if you can see it. Let me see. You see it? It's a plastic, see it? Each and every one of these cups has one. See it? There's a plastic cup in there. See it? But one of these, and the only reason why I noticed this is because I was cleaning the shaft to inspect them and make sure that the needle bearings were in it. But this one doesn't have it. Imagine that. So this thing was not lining up, but because of it, because I looked around, as you know, and it's not here, and it couldn't have gone far away. So my only guess is that when you replace the U-joints, besides greasing them and being careful of the installation, you make sure that all the pieces are there, because it looks like this one is missing that plastic insert. That being said, again, let's go ahead and take this other U-joint off. Same system, you know, we'll use the Medoc clamp, and we'll go get them swapped at the AutoZone. All right, guys, the same thing as the other side. What we'll do first is remove the clamps. Make sure they don't go flying off on you. Be careful about that. So we'll take off the other side as well. Get yourself some good stout pliers. Again, we hook up the clamp to it. This baby should come right out. Stand up. Like I said, it slides right out. There it is. And it passed through. Loosen up the clamp. It's getting a little windy today. This will give us a good opportunity to inspect the see if these other cups have the plastic inserts that I just showed you. Well, guys, I don't think you need to witness me trying to take this cup off, so let me take this cup off and I'll get back to you. Well, it turns out I just had to press it in with the press a little bit more. But we are, okay, last component right here. We're going to take this last juice joint out of this part right here. There we go. All right, we got the clips off. Oh. And now the clamp. I'll take this last baby. I gotta tell you, I do love this tool. It can be very precise when it comes to doing the job right, and I'm all about doing a job right, or to the best of the available resources, such as, for example, wish I had a lift, but I don't have. Wish I had a lift, but I don't have a lift, so we'll do what we can with what we have. Hopefully this baby comes out. Let's take a look. Here we go, it's coming. Now the reason why these are coming off so easily is because when I installed them, I put that NIC's lubricating compound. I always tell you guys to use during assemblies such as these, so that it becomes easier for when the time comes to take it apart again, right? And sure enough, because of it, it made the assembly phase of this job rather easy. Okay. All right, guys, both the U-joints are apart. We're gonna run the AutoZone and go pick up the two new. Yeah, this one still has the plastic insert in it. Yeah, like I said, one of the U-joints, turns out. Yeah, this one is actually on the driveshaft itself. You see it, the plastic insert. And all the needles are in. Turns out one of these, I'll be damned, one of these, one of the shafts, the insert was not in. All right, guys, let's go to AutoZone and get these new U-joints. Okay, we just got back from the auto parts store, got the new U-joints, and I did inspect them on site, and all the needle bearings are in there, and so are all the Teflon. Well, I don't know if they're Teflon or plastic cups. They're all in there. The only thing that I wasn't too happy about when I opened the box, and the box was sealed. One of the two boxes was missing all the snap rings, and it wasn't even wrapped. It just looked like this in a box that it was sealed, which was a little disappointing, especially because when I bought these new the first time, the actual U-joints came in the plastic bags, and it came with the extra snap rings, just like the other box, just like this one here. But this one didn't. Which goes to show, guys, even when you buy new components, always inspect the product itself, because you never know that what you may be getting is a return from a customer that was returned for whatever, who knows what reason. But you don't know that, and they don't know that, because it might have come from another shop. I did put some tape around it so that they wouldn't come undone while I was riding the Vespa back from the store. Now, as you can tell, I got Spicer brand U-joints because this driveshaft is a Spicer brand unit, and that was the brand that was installed prior. The ones that I took off prior to the last ones were Spicer U-joints as well. All right, so what we're gonna do, like I said, we did inspect them. I'm gonna inspect this one also, make sure that the plastic cup and all the needle bearings are in there. And they are in this one. And this one is also fine. This one is good. So inspect your stuff, guys. Make sure that you have everything that's supposed to be in there. And that's it. Now that we know that the U-joints are good, what we're going to do is we're actually going to add some additional grease, so that it's not just meager amounts of grease in the U-joint cups before we put it back together. Okay, this is open. Now the kind of grease that I'm using is a SHC 100 by Mobile. It's a full synthetic grease. It's red in color, specifically designed for bearings. But before we put it, we insert a U-joint inside of one of these retainers. We inspect them, make sure that they are clean and there is no burrs. And these ones look good after this assembly. Make sure that the grooves that accommodate the snap rings are good. All right, and let's go ahead and actually put some of this anti-seize lubricating compound by Loctite called C5. Let me go get it. I'll be right back. Okay, we're only going to put a little bit because it doesn't require a whole lot of it for this thing to function properly. We don't need a whole lot, just a little bit. Then we'll just spread it with the fingers, and so then when we press in the U-joints, it's going to be nice, and it'll go relatively smooth. And when the time comes to take them out again, if we ever have to take them out again, it won't be such a hard job. That being said, let's press this first U-joint in. All right, guys, we got the F part done. Just gonna hammer it out a little bit. Just gonna loosen up the the other side. Just loosen them up a little bit. There you go. There you go, much smoother now. Oh yeah. There you go. All right, guys, we got the back part of the drive shaft in. The circlips are in. And let's go ahead and put the forward one on now. Make sure that you inspect the bores, and there's no burrs, and that the grooves are clear. Sure, it looks good. Looks really good, actually. Okay, let's go ahead and put this. Let's go ahead and put this one in as well. Let's do it. Well, guys, we did it. It's job is done. We got replacement U-joints in. I know that the plastic fittings are in these new ones. Oh, it seems to be well aligned. That we're not going to put this drive shaft in, and we'll see how it goes. Well, that's how you get the U-joints done, guys. Try to have the proper tooling. Have patience. Look at some tutorials if it helps you boost your confidence to get these U-joints done. If you have any questions or comments, as always, leave them in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will see you at the next video, guys. Take care.